sometimes I like footage where I'm not necessarily in it. Anyway, subscribe to my channel. We're shooting a video from me laying down. So I wanted to talk about what is unconsciousness, to clear this up and to demystify it. So being unconscious is basically your body being up, but you sleeping, as in a soul or your awareness. And most people are unconscious. So what does it mean to be unconscious, not connected to your soul, and also other things, a plethora, but the main ones are going to be not, so your emotions, we all have emotions, most people do, and then thoughts. And then your thoughts and the emotions that you have basically are taking control of you because you're unconscious. You're unaware. And basically you reside behind that as you're looking through a glass, staring through a screen, smoke. Why can't I think of that right now? A smoke screen. And that's exactly what you're looking through. Glass, staring through. And when you're aware, you don't let you understand your emotions are coming up and your thoughts are coming up. So if you ever seen anybody about to be angry, first of all, you're going to feel it before. You're going to sense it. We are telepathic, even more than telepathic. But when someone gets angry, it runs through their body and unconsciously, unknowingly. And then you'll see like the whole energy, the whole atmosphere, their aura will create that energy, a vibration that we can't see. It's a vibration. And it's also geometrical shape that it creates, but we can't see it, not in the body at least. So that happens, and then the person gets real ticked off and real angry, and you know this before, and you see it happening, and then the person gets angry. So the emotion or the thought basically overrode the person unknowingly, unwillingly, and so, which is an act of resistance. And so because once someone's not angry anymore, they're done resisting. It's that simple. And they're not going to have a thought about it or think about something else. And their emotion, there could be emotion there, but it's the same thing. To belittle it. Anyways, so you'll see this, and I brought this example up so you see how it's acting and what people are doing basically before it happens. And I want to show you the autopilot and the unconsciousness that happens basically. So that's someone being unconscious. That's like the perfect example of it happening. And what happens when you're aware is you're in control and you're witnessing your emotions and your thoughts. Someone who's younger is not gonna, they're not gonna necessarily have the experience about this for the most part, though it's always there. And that's pretty much the main subject that I want to cover is what is unconsciousness, and it's not being aware and letting your emotions and thoughts override you, whereas it's completely different when you are aware, because then you override your emotions and thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, I will say this more than anything. Life is a feeling. It's a feeling, but it's not, and everything around you, like once you get AKA more spiritual, which is borderline the same thing as intuition. Sorry, I'm freaking feel itchy in some spots for some reason. It's a sensation, and it's really unexplainable. We can almost go to say it is no feeling. And it's not a feeling that you describe or think about. It's kind of just a feeling of existing, and people put words to it. And the biggest one is like love or nirvana. People also call it meditation. But some people call it joy. But it's just a state of being and being aware. You're not really thinking of anything, and there's not really necessarily all these excess emotions coming up. To some degree, you're feeling nothing, as in words, but you are feeling life into you. Just as if I was to put you, your consciousness, if I could put you in a flower, you wouldn't be able to talk, but you would feel the flower. You would feel it. Same thing as I put you into an animal. You would just feel the existence to be alive. And if you look at most animals, unless they're ravagely hungry and starving, they're happy. You see a nice smirk on their face all the time. But obviously, when they're hungry, they're instinctual, and that's one of the hardest things to conquer, is going, overriding. You can override that too, but there are limitations to certain things. Overriding to hunger, yes, it depends on a lot of things and the person, but hunger, you can override it to some degree. But for an animal, and people are unconscious, it will take control of them. We'll just speak about animals, especially animals. It will make them, their instincts will kick in, and they'll do anything to deal with the hunger, basically. And which they'll act savagely, they'll kill, and so forth. Not to say it's not good or bad, but it's happening for them, and it takes control of them, basically. It's the same thing with sex hormones. But that's basically the gist of the video. I always want to make them short, but it always seems to there always seems to be like so much more when we get into it. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a nice one. Peace.